Hello and welcome back to Scratchbook File Models. So today we're doing all my unique models. So I was going to do a video of all my models, but obviously most people, as in people that are watching these, probably have quite a few of these, so you probably don't really want to see the same ones again. So I'm only going to go over the ones that aren't that common or that I've done conversions or scratch builds on. So what I'm going to do, we'll come over to this field here and we'll go through them a few at a time. I'm here with these few. So to start off with the Yanmar, this is the main contract machine on the model farm. It's quite a rare model in itself. It's made by Jola. They don't make them anymore, not many were made, and they occasionally pop up on eBay, but only very rarely, and even then the bidding for them is quite crazy. So this one, it's quite an old one. I've had it years. I can't remember how long. It would have been over 8 years I've had this one. Then, because I got bought it when I was younger, and then obviously as I've got more into the modelling, I've added stuff to it. So I've got a full bucket set for it, with all the buckets, and I've got a ripper for it to rip roots and stuff, and then I've got the saw, then I've got a rooting fork, and the grapple I made, the grab itself is off a Komatsu forwarder. I just made this for it, and then it works with the quick hitch. The next thing here is this Kubota, and then I've put a Komatsu harvesting head on it. You don't really see these Kubotas much either, and then it's got a Komatsu harvesting head for the logging on it. That head's off a really quite a big machine, but it's in a smaller scale, so it works well. And then this smaller Kubota, these are just quite rare models in general, and they don't come up that often. For a lot of these machines, the place I find best to buy them is at the dealership. So when I've gone to obviously the agricultural places, especially the ones that are big Kubota dealers, that's where I've got this one from when I was there, and then this one here I got off the internet from another dealer, but they were both Kubota dealers. So they I think they make these to give to people when they buy the real machine. And then this here, this smaller JCB, I've had this one years. It used to have a blade, but when I was younger I got fed up with the blade, so I cut it off. But that was me when I was younger, and it's not in too bad condition for the years I've had it. And then obviously I've now turned it more into model, adding stuff to it. So I got these buckets. The only reason these buckets are brown is they also fit a couple of my backhoe loaders, which you'll see later. So that's why I haven't painted them black, to make them a nice set. Then I've got a post rammer that I scratch built for it. There's a hydraulic cable that's on this, but it's snapped off at the moment. And then it's got pins that pull out and it actually works, as in the pins actually pull out and go back in. And then this mulcher, which I had a piece break off the other day, so I've got to fix that, and that's a scratch built again. So that's the first set. We'll go on to some more. So starting here, I've got this David Brown 1412. It's one of the original Britain's models, and it's really old. It was my uncle's when he was younger, and it got given to me, and I've just kept it. Then I want to detail it out eventually and weather it up a bit better, and also build a better hitch for it. But yeah, it's quite a nice little model. And then I've got the Ford 6600. It's one of the original ones. I had this one when I was younger as well, and hence why the exhaust is a little bit bent on it. But apart from that, it's in excellent condition. It's a bit annoying that they're starting to make these again, because this would have been quite valuable then. And then I've got this little JCB 0816. This is the closest one I could get to the one I've got in real life, which is an 0815. So that's why I had that, and obviously my younger self not being quite as careful as I am now, I just took a Dremel, because there was a metal piece that held on to the door, so I cut that off and I took all the glass out the cab, and then I was going to make the boom square, but I never quite finished that. And then I've got all the attachments. It's still, although I did that to it, it's still a really nice model, and eventually I would like to get another one of these to have as an 0816, and then do this one properly, make the boom all square to have it as an 0815, and have to do a little bit of converting to the cab. Then I've got an auger, a breaker for it, and then I did ages ago, I made third function hydraulics, and it was a bit of wire that went longer, because it would have had one because you've got the 2-foot pedals, and obviously for the auger and breaker that require hydraulics, but then that fell off. And then when I was younger, I also made all these buckets for them, There's not too bad. That one's missing a few teeth and missing the ears, and then this one, the ears fell off ages ago. And then here I've got this cat skid steer, and this was a really nice model. They don't make them anymore. They only made them for quite a short period. I'm really pleased I got one, because it had pallet forks and also this grapple, and yeah, it's a really nice little model. And then it's a wheel loader. They do make these, but they only make them with cabs now. So I got this one bought years ago, and the only thing that's missing is the steering wheel. And then the only thing that I've done other to this was me when I was younger as well. I made all these attachments to fit on the bucket, and eventually I would like to drill the pins and make some proper attachments out of metal, but that's when I get round to that, because I've got a lot of other conversions I want to do. Anyway, on to the next lot. Then on to the next lot, this Fendt here. It's a really nice model. This one was the first like properly nice model I got, but I was probably a bit too young to have this, to be fair, because as you can see I've got bits missing everywhere when I got this, because something I can't remember exactly, but to do with what it was at a show and they were selling them off because they didn't make them anymore. So it was like, I think it was supposed to be like 40 odd quid, and it was only like a tenner. And I was a lot younger when I first got it, so that's why it's a bit roughed up in places, but it's still a nice model. I don't think they're making any more. The hitch is there, and I've been trying to sort of restore it over the past sort of couple of years. I've got gonna 3D print some new wind mirrors for it, straighten up the exhaust a bit, and then all the weight and everything still works well. And then this over here is a Bobcat S300. Quite a nice little model, but you don't really see these. I don't think they make them anymore. I bought this one, well, I think I got given this one years ago, and yeah, it's still a nice little model. This next one here, this Kubota. The only thing with these, you don't really see many people with these much. I don't know what it is. Just not many people seem to have Kubotas. In real life, a lot of people do, but model-wise, not many people seem to have Kubota kit. Then this here, it's quite well, they're not really rare, because I'm not sure if they still make them, but you just don't see them that often. It's a little nice class crop tiger. The main reason I'm going for this combine, I didn't want a massive one because obviously the size of the display, but I still wanted a combine on my display, so I got this one a few years ago, and it's quite a nice little model. So on to the next set. So then here I've got this set, and then here this is a Cat backhoe, and I really like this one when I got it because it is an American style backhoe, and I always sort of prefer that style to these. And these two backhoes I've got this set of buckets for, and they fit both of them. They're the same with the Yanmars. I've also got this JCB here, but rather than buying double buckets for everything, it seemed a bit pointless. So like on here I've got a quick hitch in all the buckets, so it fit the Yanmar, fit this one here, and the same, all these buckets are interchangeable between these two machines, and they could also fit onto this one here if I made it, but I'm not going to because these are weathered to fit the older style machine, and this one I've weathered as well. This here is an old Ford. I weathered it, and when I was younger I built this front loader for it, and also in the cab because I took the glass out to make it a bit more realistic, because the older ones, half the glass is normally missing. There's also front loader controls in the cab. And then this here is an old dozer. It was my uncle's when he was a kid, and then I built this when I was younger for it. It's got a winch and this roll bar, but I want to redo that. Probably in the near future I want to do that. So anyway, to the next set. These three here, I don't have any more on this set because after this we'll be going into scratch builds and more conversions. So this, I'm not sure exactly, but I think it might have been a Silver Jubilee, and it's a Massey Ferguson, and yeah, it's a nice model. And then this is quite a small New Holland, and you just don't really see many of them. And again with this little one, you don't really see many of these. I've seen, I think, one other on a YouTube video ages ago, but it didn't have a front loader. So yeah, them three. We'll go into scratch builds now. Now we're into scratch builds or conversions. So this here, it was the Britain's, or might have been another brand, but it was a quad bike trailer, and well, I have got one of them, but this one I found at a car boot sale. The axle had gone, So I think I paid next to nothing for it, and I think it was like 20p or something. And this axe was a little short, as you can. Oh, fuck off. On to these last bits. So this here, it was a boat trailer frame, and I bought this a fair when I was like really young, and it was all broken, and I fixed it with some glue, and I got some bits of wood that I found around, put on, and I taped it all together. And then obviously, because I'm better at stuff now, as in like doing models and stuff, I did this a few years ago. And the idea, it's just a little old trailer that the farmer's got for doing odds and, you know, odds and ends, bits and bobs. Then this is quite recent. This one turned out really well. It's a scratch-built Timberwolf chipper, and this rotates. And what I did with that, I actually got a couple of bits of old Lego, and you can see that there, and that worked really well for making it rotate. And it's got all the decals on it. And then that there, I got it in angle. You can't see it so well because obviously on the real ones you feed it in the bottom and that lifts up. Then this here, it was a Britain's trailer like this one here, but I got given, I can't remember, I might have got given it or got a really good deal on it because the sides were all broken, so I built this top for it. So it's also a bit wider than the normal Britain's one, because the normal Britain one, the only problem with it, it's not quite the right size for some stuff. So like there, the Bobcat can, like, if you shoved it down hard enough it would fit, but like on this one it easily fits nice and well. So anyway, this one here, again, this was a boat trailer, then I scratch built this top for it. I do it again because when I did this I used hot glue, so it's a bit messy in places, but to be fair, for me being when I was younger, it's not too bad. And then it was just a nice little old wooden trailer. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions you have, put in the comments. Half the stuff I don't actually know where I got it from. It was like, you know, all over the place, like that one up there I've had lots of questions about, but I don't know with that because I got bought it as a gift years ago when I was younger. So the only thing I say with that is eBay, or for the Yanmars. All the attachments, well, some of them are scratch built, some of them are bought. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Any questions you have, leave in the comments, and see you again soon.